before you quit. Watch this video. Life can be a constant storm of challenges that make you doubt your strength and determination. Trust me, I've been there. There were times when I felt like I was drowning in a sea of setbacks, with no way to get out. Maybe you felt that way too. Thinking about giving up because it felt like it was all too hard. Here's a truth you might not have realized. The times when you feel like giving up are often the times when you're about to make a breakthrough. It's in these hard times that you discover what you're truly made of. So, I'm here to share something different, not the usual pep talk. 7 controversial lessons rooted in Stoic philosophy that can help you dig deep and find that inner strength when you need it most. These aren't the feel, these are real. Hard. These sayings are true and go against common beliefs. They're hard to accept. They can change the way you think and make you stronger. I've used these ideas in my life. They've helped me through some of the hardest times. So, if you're ready to face the real, unedited truths that can help you when everything else is falling apart, stay. Let's look at 7 lessons that can change the way you deal with problems. Your journey to strength begins now. Lesson 1: Embrace pain as a teacher. Most people run from pain. What if enduring it makes you stronger? Pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. It reveals your limits and shows you where you need to grow. Stoicism teaches us to face pain head, understanding that suffering is a part of life that shapes our character. Don't shy away from discomfort. Use it to fortify your resolve. I remember a time when I was at my lowest. I had just lost my job. Everything seemed to be falling apart. The pain was overwhelming. I felt like I was trapped in a dark tunnel with no end in sight. Every day was a struggle just to get out of bed. I wanted to escape to numb the pain. Then I stumbled upon a Stoic principle that changed my perspective. Pain is a teacher. At first it felt counterintuitive. How could this suffering possibly teach me anything? As I sat with my pain, I began to see its lessons. It forced me to confront my fears and insecurities, to question my values and what truly mattered to me. Pain became a mirror, reflecting my deepest truths and pushing me to grow in ways I never thought possible. Pain strips away the superficial. It demands that you face yourself raw and unfiltered. It's in these moments of intense discomfort that you find your true strength. The world often tells us to avoid pain, to seek comfort and ease, but the Stoics knew that pain is an inevitable part of life, rather than running from it. They embraced it as a crucial component of personal growth. Think about physical training. When you lift weights, you're essentially tearing muscle fibers, causing pain. It's this very process that leads to muscle growth and increased strength. The same principle applies to emotional and mental pain. It breaks you down. Yes. It also builds you up. Each moment of suffering is an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient. There was a night when I felt completely defeated. I was sitting alone in my apartment, consumed by a sense of failure. I felt the weight of my circumstances crushing me. In that solitude, I began to see the lesson pain was offering me. It was teaching me perseverance, patience, humility. It was reminding me that life's greatest lessons often come wrapped in hardship. Embrace your pain. Let it be your guide, showing you where you need to grow and what you need to change. Don't numb it with distractions or run from it in fear. Face it. Learn from it. Let it shape you into a stronger, wiser person. Pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Remember, the strength you gain from embracing pain is the strength that will carry you through your darkest hours. Lesson 3. Solitude. Let's explore 7 lessons that can help you deal with tough situations. Your journey to strength starts now. Lesson 1: Embrace pain as a teacher. Most people run from pain. What if dealing with it makes you stronger? Pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. It shows you your limits and where you need to grow. Stoicism teaches us to face pain head-on. In a world that glorifies constant connectivity, choosing solitude might seem radical. Stepping back from the noise allows you to find clarity and strength within yourself. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's a chance to reconnect with your inner values and purpose. When you feel like giving up, take a step back and embrace the silence. It might be the most powerful move you can make. There's a big difference between being alone and being lonely. I used to be afraid of being alone, thinking it was a sign of failure or social rejection, but it was during the toughest periods of my life when I felt isolated and cut off from the world that I discovered the true power of being alone. Solitude offers a unique opportunity to reflect and reset. When you're not distracted by what other people think, you can listen to your own thoughts and feelings. It's a place where you can face your fears, question your beliefs, remember what's truly important to you. Think about it. We're always told that we need to be connected, that we need to share everything, that we need others' approval. This can drown out our inner voice. Solitude is a chance to stop the external noise and listen to yourself. It's not about being antisocial. It's about finding balance and strength within. Some of the most transformative moments of my life have come during times of solitude. When I lost my job, I felt abandoned and alone. Rather than seeking distraction, I embraced the solitude. I went on long hikes, wrote in my journal, spent time meditating. It was during these moments that I found clarity and a renewed sense of purpose. Solitude taught me to be I'm at ease with myself. I can face my fears without needing constant company. I've made some of my most important decisions and found the strength to keep going in solitude. I learned that my value doesn't depend on others' opinions. It depends on my own understanding and acceptance of myself. Many of the world's greatest thinkers, artists, leaders have sought solitude as a source of inspiration and strength. They knew that to truly understand themselves and their path, they needed to step away from the crowd. Solitude is not a retreat from life. Get more involved with it. When you feel like giving up, think about taking a break and being alone. It might seem strange in a world that values constant interaction. It can be very powerful. Being alone lets you recharge. Find your center. Come out stronger and more focused. Embrace the silence. You might find the answers you've been seeking. Lesson 3: Let go of goals. Goals are often seen as essential. They can also become burdens. When your goals start to weigh you down, it might be time to let them go. Focus instead on the process and right now. Stoics believe in enjoying the journey as much as the destination. When you don't have strict goals, you can change and grow without feeling pressured to do everything at once. I used to be obsessed with setting goals. I had lists, vision boards, daily affirmations. I thought that by setting clear, ambitious goals, I'd be able to control my destiny. Over time, I realized that my goals were becoming a source of anxiety rather than inspiration. Every missed milestone felt like a personal failure. I was constantly stressed, trying to force progress. When things didn't go as planned, it made me doubt myself. It was tiring. I started to wonder if these goals were worth it. Here's the truth: goals can hold you back. They can make you feel stuck in a cycle of trying and failing, especially when they're too strict and unrealistic. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, like our actions and attitudes. not the results, which are often out of our hands. When I let go of my strict goals, something great happened. I started to live in the moment and appreciate the journey itself. Instead of focusing on the end result, I focused on the process. I tried my best each day and found joy in the effort. This change in thinking was freeing. Foregoing goals does not mean giving up ambition or settling for mediocrity. It means releasing the pressure of specific results and embracing life's journey. It's about setting intentions and working hard. Also being open to where the journey takes you. This flexibility allows for growth and adaptation, making you more resilient and less likely to feel defeated. The most important lessons I've learned are that life is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan, we cannot control every detail. When we stop trying to plan every little thing, we can be more flexible and open to unexpected opportunities. We learn to trust the process and ourselves. Since I stopped focusing so much on specific goals, I have found more peace and satisfaction in my life. I still have dreams and goals for the future. I'm not tied to a strict timeline or outcome. I focus on what I can do each day to move forward. I trust that the journey will take me where I need to go. The most successful and fulfilled people didn't follow a strict path. They were open to change, willing to adjust their plans, found joy in the process rather than just the result. They understood that true success is about growth, learning, resilience. When you feel overwhelmed by your goals, take a step back. Let go of the need for specific results and focus on the journey. Embrace the present moment. Give your best effort. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Letting go of strict goals can be the key to unlocking a more fulfilling and resilient life. Lesson 4. Seek challenges, not comfort. Society tells us to seek comfort and avoid challenges. True strength comes from facing adversity, not avoiding it. Deliberately put yourself in challenging situations to build resilience. The more you confront difficulties, the stronger you become. Comfort zones are the enemy of growth. Step into the storm willingly. You'll discover your true potential. From a young age, we're conditioned to seek comfort. We're told to find secure jobs, live in safe neighborhoods, surround ourselves with like-minded people. Comfort is marketed as the ultimate goal. What if I told you that comfort can actually be a trap? It can feel like paradise. It's actually a prison. There was a time in my life when I chose the easy path. I took a job that was stable but uninspiring. I lived in a routine that was safe but monotonous. I avoided risks, thinking it was smart to protect myself from failure and discomfort. Deep down, I felt stuck. Like I was just existing rather than truly living. That it wasn't until I started facing challenges that my life improved. That I remember signing up for a marathon. Even though I wasn't a runner, the training was difficult. There were days I wanted to quit, but crossing that finish line taught me a lot. It made me realize that I have more strength and resilience than I thought. Challenges make you grow. They push you to your limits and beyond. When you deliberately seek out difficult situations, you build resilience, grit, tenacity. You learn to handle stress and adversity with grace. Comfort might keep you safe. It won't make you strong. Think of the great figures in history. They didn't achieve greatness by staying comfortable. They sought out challenges, took risks, faced their fears head-on. True greatness is forged through struggle and hardship. They understood that the path to success is rarely smooth or easy. It's always worth it. When you choose to face challenges, you're choosing growth. That you're saying that you're willing to endure discomfort for the sake of becoming stronger, wiser, More capable. That it's not about being reckless or seeking pain for its own sake. That it's about recognizing that the most rewarding experiences often come from the most difficult journeys. Point one of the most significant challenges I ever faced was starting my own business. That it was a leap into the unknown. Filled with sleepless nights, financial strain, constant uncertainty, but it was also one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. That I learned more about myself, my strengths, my ability to adapt than I ever could have in a comfortable corporate job. Stepping into challenges also teaches you resilience. Life is unpredictable. Comfort can make us complacent. When you regularly challenge yourself, you build a mental toughness that helps you handle whatever life throws your way. You become more adaptable, more creative, more prepared to seize opportunities when they arise. Comfort zones are the enemy of growth. They keep you safe but stagnant. If you want to discover your true potential, you have to step out of the familiar and into the unknown. Embrace challenges. Seek out adversity. Face your fears head on. It's in these moments that you'll find your greatest strengths and achieve your most significant growth. These moments of struggle can help you grow and develop your greatest strengths. The next time you have to choose between comfort and challenge, choose the path that pushes you. It won't be easy. It will be worth it. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. So is your true strength. Potential. Seek challenges, not comfort. You'll discover a strength within you that you never knew existed. Lesson 5. Detach from emotions. Emotions are natural. They can also cloud judgment and weaken resolve. The Stoic approach encourages emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. Rather gaining control over your reactions. By mastering your emotions, you can stay calm and strong when things go wrong. Detachment is not apathy, it's self-mastery. I used to be a slave to my emotions. When things went wrong, I'd get angry, frustrated, even despondent. My moods were like a roller coaster, driven by the unexpected twists and turns of life. I didn't realize I could find true peace and strength until I learned to detach from my emotions. Emotions are a natural part of life. When they control us, they can lead us astray. We make quick decisions in anger, become frozen by fear, sink into despair when it's always worthwhile to face challenges because they can make you stronger, wiser, more capable. It's not about being reckless or seeking pain for its own sake. The most rewarding experiences often come from facing setbacks. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. Detaching from emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or becoming unfeeling. It's about acknowledging your emotions, understanding their origins, then choosing a rational response. It's the ability to remain centered and composed no matter what life throws at you. I remember a particularly challenging period when my personal and professional life seemed to be falling apart simultaneously. My initial reaction was to panic and let stress consume me. I decided to practice emotional detachment. I started by recognizing it's always worthwhile to face challenges because they help you grow. They make you stronger, wiser, more capable. It's not about being reckless or seeking pain for its own sake. It's about recognizing that the most rewarding experiences often come from emotions without judgment. I acknowledged my fear, my anger, my sadness. Then I took a step back and asked myself, what can I control in this situation? This shift in perspective was transformative. Instead of reacting impulsively, I began to respond thoughtfully. I became more focused on finding solutions rather than dwelling on problems. My clarity and composure not only helped me navigate through the crisis but also inspired confidence in those around me. Look at some of history's greatest leaders and thinkers. They were not devoid of emotions. They mastered them. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, faced immense challenges. His writings show that he was a man who maintained inner peace through rational detachment. Nelson Mandela spent decades as a prisoner. He did not let bitterness consume him. He became a symbol of hope and reconciliation. Learning to be emotionally detached takes practice. It starts with mindfulness. Being aware of your Nelson Mandela is an example of someone who maintained inner peace through rational detachment. He spent decades in prison. He didn't let bitterness consume him. Instead, he became a symbol of hope and reconciliation. Emotional detachment is a skill that takes practice. It starts with mindfulness, which means being aware of your emotional triggers and your reactions. When you feel a strong emotion rising, pause and breathe. Give yourself a moment to assess the situation rationally. Ask yourself, is this reaction helping me or hindering me? Another powerful technique is cognitive reframing. Instead of seeing a setback as a disaster, view it as a challenge or an opportunity for growth. This mental shift can change your emotional response from despair to determination. Detachment from emotions doesn't mean becoming detached from life. It means engaging with life more fully, with a clear and balanced mind. That it's about being proactive rather than reactive, resilient rather than fragile. It's about finding strength in calmness and clarity in chaos. When you learn to control your emotions, you become stronger. You can handle stress, disappointment, even tragedy with grace and strength. You become a source of stability for yourself and those around you. Emotional detachment is not about becoming cold, it's about gaining emotional intelligence and control. Lesson 6. Be your own advocate. Don't rely on others to say you're worth something or fight your battles for you. Stand up for yourself. Even when it's uncomfortable, self-advocacy is about recognizing your value and demanding respect. It's about taking control of your destiny, rather than waiting for others to hand you opportunities. Be bold. Be assertive. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. I used to be the type of person who waited for others to recognize my worth and give me what I deserved, whether it was a promotion at work, validation from friends, acknowledgement from family. I believed that if I just worked hard and stayed quiet, good things would come my way. But the truth is, waiting for others to advocate for you often leads to disappointment. Here's a raw truth: no one will fight for you as fiercely as you can fight for yourself. The world is full of noise and distractions. If you don't assert your value, it's easy to be overlooked or taken for granted. Being your own advocate means recognizing your worth and making sure others recognize it. 2. There was a pivotal moment in my career when I realized this. I had been passed over for a promotion I knew I deserved. Instead of quietly accepting it, I decided to take action. I scheduled a meeting with my boss and listed my achievements, my contributions, why I believed I was the best candidate for the position. It was nerve-wracking. I knew I had to do it. That it was difficult. It worked. That I got the promotion because I spoke up and made my case. When you advocate for yourself, it's not just about career advancement. That it's about setting boundaries in your personal life. That it's about standing up against unfair treatment and ensuring your needs are met. That it's about being assertive in all areas of your life. This doesn't mean being aggressive or disrespectful. It means being clear, confident, firm about what you deserve. Many people, especially those who are naturally introverted or conflict-averse, struggle with self-advocacy. This is a skill that can be developed. Start by recognizing your accomplishments and strengths. Write them down if you have to. Practice speaking up in small ways. Whether it's sharing your ideas in a meeting or expressing your needs in a relationship, the more you do it, the more confident you'll become. think of the most successful people you admire. They didn't get where they are by waiting for others to open doors for them. They knocked on those doors themselves, and if they didn't open, they found another way, and they were their own biggest advocates. This is a lesson I've seen time and again in the lives of great leaders. Entrepreneurs. Change makers. One of the most empowering realizations you can have is that you are responsible for your own destiny. This means taking charge of your life and not relying on others to propel you forward. When you advocate for yourself, you take control of your narrative, you become the author of your story. Not just a character waiting for something to happen. There will be times when it can be hard to stand up for yourself. You might be afraid of being rejected or having a negative reaction. It's worth it. When you stand up for yourself, you show that you deserve respect and opportunities. It's also important to take care of your mental and emotional well-being. Say no to things that wear you out and yes to things that make you feel good. Put your own needs first and don't feel bad about it. Remember, you can't give from an empty cup. Speak up for yourself. So, the next time you find yourself waiting for someone else to recognize your worth or give you what you deserve, remember this. You have the power to speak up for yourself. These lessons might be controversial. They're full of deep wisdom. Before you quit, think about embracing these Stoic principles. Being strong doesn't mean avoiding hard times, it means facing them head-on. Stay strong. Remember that the most difficult challenges often lead to the most significant achievements. Life is a journey with ups and downs. There will be moments when you feel invincible and times when you feel like you're at the brink of despair. It's in these moments that you need to remember the Stoic principles. Keep going. Remember, the hardest times often lead to the best times. Life has ups and downs. There will be times when you feel strong and times when you feel like you're about to give up. It's in these times that you can use the idea of Stoicism to help you. Stoicism reminds us that we have the strength to keep going, to overcome challenges, to improve. Think of all the people who have been through similar things before us. This includes ancient Stoics like Seneca and Epictetus and modern-day Stoics. You feel like giving up. The principles of Stoicism can help you. They remind us that we have the inner strength to endure, overcome, rise again. Think of the many who have walked this path before us. From the ancient Stoics like Seneca and Epictetus to modern-day icons who have faced tremendous odds. These individuals have shown us that embracing adversity, maintaining integrity, advocating for oneself are not just philosophical ideals. Practical tools for daily life. I've been there, too. I've faced moments of doubt. Times when the weight of the world seemed too much to bear. It was in those moments that I found strength in these Stoic lessons. They're not just abstract ideas, they're lifelines that can pull us out of even when things seem the worst. They can push us towards the light. Every time you choose to keep going, even when it's painful, you're writing a new chapter of your story. This chapter will be about being strong, brave, successful. You're not alone. We all face challenges. Together, we can overcome them. Let these lessons be your guide. When you feel like giving up, remember that you have the power to change your story. You have the strength to keep going and to fight. To achieve your dreams and become the best version of yourself. Remember that the road ahead may be tough. It's also filled with incredible possibilities. By embracing the wisdom of the Stoics, you can navigate the twists and turns with grace and strength. You can find clarity in chaos, resilience in adversity, hope in despair. You are stronger than you think. Your journey is far from over. Stay strong. Keep going. Embrace the journey. The greatest challenges often come before the most significant breakthroughs. Remember, you are capable of more than you can imagine. Keep the flame of hope alive and let it guide you through the darkest nights. If you found these lessons helpful, consider subscribing to this channel for more Stoic insights and inspiration. Share this video with someone who might need a reminder of their own strength. Together, we can build a community of resilience and empowerment. Thank you for watching. Remember, the best is yet to come.